performance was a part of the Juneteenth celebration that took place at the White House a few days ago. Juneteenth was trending the other day, and that performance was being shared over and over and over again. People were enjoying the performance. But there were some people that were also talking about the politics surrounding Juneteenth. Do y'all follow Bishop Talbert Swan over on Twitter? Baby, he be letting the white supremacists, the racists, have it over there on Twitter. He speaks his mind and he stands firm in what it is that he had to say. But this is what he tweeted that stood out to me. Imagine the government passing a law to make the commemoration of Black people's emancipation from slavery a federal holiday, while states are banning curriculum that mentions slavery as part of the United States history. Hashtag Juneteenth. There's so much. That just stood out to me because, I mean, it's nothing but the truth. We getting ready to celebrate Black people's Emancipation Day, and yet Florida, Texas, some of these, Arizona, some of these other states are banning Black history. However, there was some tweets out there that were also bringing up the fact that we got Juneteenth while other groups actually got legislation, executive orders, and policies passed. And people were pointing out the fact that Black people who were waiting for the George Floyd Policing Act to be passed, and it died. Of course, they blamed Joe Biden, but I want to talk about what really happened with the George Floyd Policing Act. If you go to congress.gov and search for HR 1280 or the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, the bill information will come up. At the time the bill was introduced in February of 2021, it was sponsored by Representative Karen Bass. I think Karen Bass is now the mayor of Los Angeles. If I'm incorrect, correct me down below. But it has all of the information. You could see the roll calls that they had. They had 2 roll call votes. The last action was that the Senate received it in February of 2021. If you specifically click on that link that says Passed House 3/3/2021, it'll list all of the action that was taking place on the George Floyd Policing Act. It has the date where it was introduced in the House. And then it'll tell you on 3/3/2021, the George Floyd Policing Act passed the House. What we did not see in that drop down was that it went on to the Senate and it passed, or it was voted down in the Senate, which means it's stuck in the Senate. Here's specific information about what's in the bill. You guys can pause to read that. Here's additional information that's in the bill. You guys can pause to read this. Why is it stuck in the Senate? It's stuck in the Senate because the Republican senators nominated Tim Scott and the Democrat senators nominated Cory Booker. They nominated the 2 of them to work together on the bill to, add, take away, negotiate to come up with a final product. Republican Tim Scott, presidential candidate Tim Scott, the lead GOP negotiator for the police reform in the Senate on Thursday, rejected the idea of taking up the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, which was passed by the House in the last Congress. Resurrecting the House Progressives Police Reform Bill is a non-starter. So they made it look good. I believe Cory Booker was trying to negotiate in good faith. I do not believe that Tim Scott was trying to negotiate in good faith. He was directed by his white supremacist counterparts in the Senate to make sure the bill dies in the Senate. And that's exactly where the George Floyd and Policing Act currently is.